So let's start by launching the app. I'll be logging in a pre-made account. Test. So as you can see in our account, we can check and create our own profiles. I'm going to create right now my profile, test armor, and I'm going to pick the second profile. Now that the profile are loaded, I'm going to pick the helm. I'm going to draw some red horns on the front view and on the side view. And I'll draw a green sun on the back. I'll change the stroke size and draw a nice green sun. And voila. Now that we're going to save, you can see the drawing on the helmet. I'm going to navigate to the talent tree where you can view and purchase new abilities. So I'm going to unlock all the offensive ones and the first of the utility ones. Yeah, I'm going to unlock the first utility. And as for the third tab, the minigame, unfortunately, yes, you guessed it, we ended up doing it. So the minigame I'm going to start consists of attacking the enemies and just not killing the villager by just simply tapping on them. And now, as I kill the villager, it's game over. Thank you, we'll be now heading to the game.
Okay, so now that we are in the game, we'll start by checking our profiles. We can do that by clicking here on this button, and now we have here the profile list. As you can see, we can find here the test armor that we did on the app. Now we have both the horns on the front and we have the sun on the back. We have 5 different abilities that you can draw on the screen. You have the slash, which is a horizontal line. You have the X slash, which is an empowered version of the other slash. You have the shield that you create by drawing a circle around the player. You have the rock, which you draw by making a circle outside of the player. And you have the crate, which can be spawned by doing an open square. Okay, so now we'll be going into the dungeon. Okay, so now before we start, we're gonna unlock some of the talents that we have on the talent tree. As you could remember, we unlocked some talents on the phone, and now we'll be unlocking some on the game. So we start with the shield block, which gets you 2 stacks for the defensive spell. As you can see down here, now you have 2 stacks instead of 1 on the shield. We have the bubble up, which spawns a bubble blocking the first attack against the player instead of just reducing the damage as usual. As you can see, it even changed the icon at the bottom. And we're also gonna unlock the tough skin, which reduces the debuffs on the player by 25%. Okay, so now that we've unlocked these spells, we'll start by clearing the dungeon. To clear a room, all you have to do is break every single chest and kill every single enemy that you can find. So we already killed 2 of the enemies, now we're looking for the third one. And here it is. We can block his attack by using the shield. And now once we kill him, you can see here on the minimap that the room turned green, meaning it was completed. Every 3 rooms you gain a reward. That reward is a certain amount of resource points that you can use to unlock new talents from the talent tree. As you can see, each talent has a different resource point cost. Okay, so now we're gonna move through the rooms. And as you can see now, you have a chest here, which you can break by drawing an axe on top of it. And now you can collect the coins that were dropped by the chest. You also have this iron chest, which can be broken again by the axe slash, but you'll need a talent from the talent tree, which you already own, so we can just break it without any single problem. You might be thinking, for what do we need the rock and the crate exactly if we're just fighting? Some rooms have pressure plates. These pressure plates can be activated by the usage of either a rock or a crate. I'll move into one now so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now as you can see on this room, there's a gated door and you cannot go through it. In order to unlock this door, you're gonna have to activate a pressure plate. Let me just loot this chest right here. Okay. So now let's go down here. And there's a pressure plate. As you can see, it has a squared image on top of it, which means that it needs a crate. If it had a circle, it will mean that it needed a stone. So in this case, we can just make a crate, and now that when we go up there, let's move there, you can see that the door is no longer there, so we can go through it. Now we can just complete the room by killing these last 2 enemies and by breaking the chest. And as you can see, now that we completed 3 rooms in a row, in this case 6 because I needed to look for this room in particular, we got a total reward of 112 resources which we can spend on the talent tree. So now we can click live and just wait a little bit, and now we're outside. And that's everything we have here to show you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I hope to see you playing Beyond the Brush in the future.